Allow the children
it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun diary. Ni Maiyegun já wá sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Hello there.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun diary.
Morning to you.
Diary politico.
Maiyegun diary.
Good afternoon to you.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀.
And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun diary,
Maiyegun number one.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Right. Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Please tell your friends that read the caption of this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them. Just before we get fully into it tonight, I have a caveat to share with you. People don't they fall on the road. Right now, they are blaming everyone they can blame but themselves. But ladies and gentlemen, take your time. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share the broadcast, okay? Then like the broadcast. We are going to start very soon. Do not let anybody blackmail you or gaslight you. Just press the button. Code red, Otilano. Just like you have been told what they still have for you. I'm talking about the shege that is still coming. Just take a look at their actions, not what they are telling you. Thank you so much. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live. In case if you have not been following the developments in Nigeria in the last 24 hours, when this video will help you to catch up. Nigeria is headed for the same path like Venezuela. Your naira, Nigeria naira, you are going to begin to see them as piece of paper. You get what I mean? On the streets, because they will soon become worthless totally. And no thanks to APC, Egbekegbe, Deloitte trained accountant, Kolu. But just before we get into it, there are some certain things I need to quickly tell you, because we are now living in a very dangerous time. Okay, this is a dangerous time. Everyone is an endangered species right now. And for those who knows or can feel what is still to come, definitely we all need to stay, not just woke. You have to stay alert. You have to stay angry. So let me give you this caveat before we get fully into it. In case if providence, abina circumstances brought you onto Maiyegun's diary political, and today somehow you are kind of feeling like, I say this guy don't they do too much, or I say this guy don't they talk too much. Now that won't, that is not new that people will feel like that, but just so that we understand ourselves, okay, this is to everyone who is probably new on this platform, okay? Now, the first one is that anything or anybody that has any relationship with APC, Egbekegbe, from time immemorial, they did not like me. They still don't like me. And do you want to know the truth? I don't like them too. So if you are somebody who feels like, you know, you are looking for a neutral platform where you are going to hear anything good, as some of you will put it to, about anything to do with APC, Egbekegbe, Alaye, bury it. You won't see that here. And there is a reason for it. Apart from the voluntary slaves, okay, the sophisticated morons that have voluntarily submitted themselves to the whim and caprices of these fraudsters, these economic saboteurs, these dream killers that they called APC, Egbekegbe's leaders. Even though those who are like their victims will continue to sort of try to defend them and do all that, right? I continue to fix my gaze on the rogues, and I continue to even point out, right, what danger they themselves are in. However, it doesn't really matter. So if you come on here and you see me talk about APC, thiefnubu, Buhari, all these guys, alaye no conform political correctness here, because that's also a sin on Maiyegun's diary political. Because here, we do not just talk about the problems, okay, that is facing Nigeria. We talk about those behind the problems, whether they are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or wherever you are from. We will point them out just like that. And then we also offer the only solution to all of these problems. And that is when you are all agree to get rid of all these criminals, past and present, like a clear house. That is where we are divided, where everybody felt like, you know what I mean? So on Maiyegun's diary political, APC, Egbekegbe, they have no ground here. Just so we are clear. And then you do not come here to tell us how we should react to the implications, the consequences of their bad government, which indeed are impacting on our lives, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, it doesn't really matter. So by so doing, we're able to identify our own evil spirit, our own shaitan, our own enemies, the real ones after our lives, whose actions indeed put our lives in danger. So we do not expect anybody to come around and defend such people. But because Nigerians love their oppressors differently, that's why we are having this conversation. But nevertheless, do not let us misunderstand ourselves. APC, the entire Nigeria rigged, corrupt system, is a weapon fashioned against everyone trapped in that contraption. And as long as we are clear about that, then maybe we can all go on and scrutinize all our solutions to get out of the mess. So I am not somebody who is fear, and I will never be, to anything that has to do with APC, because if you know the truth, if you know deep down the truth, and you understand what this simply means to you, your existence, your future, your freedom, you would never dare come around here and say we should be fair to these criminals. Again, this is just so that the reason why I had to even say that, is because it is not new when the supporters of these criminals they will first tell you there is nothing you can do. Eh? It's either you bow for these people or you leave the place or you die or something like that. Do you understand? So like there's nothing you can do. You either deal with it or you leave it at that. But to some of us who believe that, no, we won't leave it. And that's how we kept going and going. You get that? Now, they are now devising other means. But it is not new. I've seen it before too, where they will begin to sort of blame you for reacting negatively to their evil deeds that has put the lives of millions of people, including children, in danger. So they are more or less going to say, oh, the reasons why the cost of importation is higher is because you are not talking nice about Nigeria. Oh, the reason why, the Naira is falling is simply because you always condemn Nigeria. So they have a means to put you in the picture and make you to believe that maybe it's because you are not praying for Nigeria. That is why the Naira is crashing. They play that very well. They blame you. Okay. Or they ask you, instead of all of this, why don't all of us come together? Do not ever subscribe to them when they use that word we. These are unrepentant slaves, voluntary slaves, who are easily deceived by tribal, ethnic, religious, in fact, material things. And because they are short-sighted, most of them, they do not know the implication of what they actually really get themselves into, right? So at this point, do not subscribe to any sympathy. And indeed, we are going to actually separate them, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone is telling you that, okay, in fact, there is one I want to say. I saw a video, before we go further, I saw a video of a woman. And this woman was telling people, she said, I am sending this message to the Yorubas. And you see, this message is specifically for you, Yorubas, that are now, don't you think you are overdoing it? Don't you think all this you are hungry everywhere, hey, you better be careful. Eh? Tinubu is the first and the only Yoruba leader. Now, this is why I started with this, so that you won't come here and begin to push that your useless tribal ethnic card here. The calamity Tinubu, the APC, Egbekegbe, the rogue of criminals, looters that are dealing with you today, they do not represent Yorubas. Tinubu doesn't represent Yorubas. So to some of you, they have somehow twisted, blackmailed to make you believe that no matter how worse this gets, you must do everything to defend your tribesman. Is a twist still, and they've worked in the past. I just don't know if they are going to work now. Tinubu doesn't represent Yoruba. He doesn't think about any goddamn Yoruba anywhere to start with. So if the rest of Nigeria are considering the truth that he doesn't give a damn about them, it is not in your place here to begin to say, oh, they are ganging up against Yoruba. You see, most of those who are going to say that to you, who are already saying that to you, they are the same set of people who were building those WhatsApp messages telling you that those who did not want Tinubu, they were enemies of Yoruba people. The Yorubas that does not want Tinubu, they are Omo Alays of Yoruba land. You see all those voice notes they were sending to you. The Igbos are coming to take over Lagos. They are coming to take over Yoruba land. They are coming to depose all your kings. You see the criminals, the Olori Brukus that were sending you those voice notes. They came from a generation and they are still here. If your mama is over 50, and a grounded bigot. She came from a generation. The generation that was indeed told that the genocidal war in eastern Nigeria against the Igbos was deserving. And when they said the war ended, these were the people that were never deconstructed. When I say deconstructed, to go back to them and say, listen, the war is over now, okay? We are all one country now. You see all those children of that time who are now mothers and grandmothers today shouting Yoruba Lokon, Yoruba Lokon. Majority of them have disappeared. Some of them are crying publicly. Some of them are not giving up. They are coming back to tell you that the hunger you are facing today, just endure it. Don't let anybody make you hate your Yoruba brother, because Tinubu is the first Yoruba president of Nigeria. I know some of you claim to be educated, and some of you don't believe in propaganda or the effect of propaganda. But would you mind if I remind you that, ladies and gentlemen, Tinubu is a criminal olórí burúkú ọmọ àlè ilẹ̀ Yorùbás who have managed to have access to power and wealth. They have been promoting a propaganda for decades that Obasanjo is not Yoruba. And there is a generation that promoted that. They are your mothers, your fathers. They are your uncles, your aunties. Those ones who were so vocal during your charade election. Some of them, hunger is about to kill them. Others, shame is about to kill them. Others have been completely chased away from their communities or totally ostracized in their communities. But there are others that are not giving up. They are still continuing. While people are already falling and some are already dying on the road, by the roadsides. Some are falling and collapsing by the roadside. A man collapsed somewhere in Lagos. And when he collapsed, they thought something was wrong with him. They rushed him to a nearby hospital. When they got there, they said, well, it's like the man is suffering from lack of kinekon caused by starvation. And they said, all in all, they said the man didn't need any medication. They should go around and buy something for him. Now, in the last 24 hours, we have seen the videos of over 6 people that collapsed on the road because they did not eat for days, including a pregnant woman. In all of this, there are those who are telling you that you should endure. That was what it was like when Tinubu was governor of Lagos State, that people hated him. People didn't like him. Okay, in the first 4 years, all of you should wait. He is building the foundation for future. They are lying to you. And if you continue to believe them, it is that hunger that will reformat your brain, entire household. Because according to them, they're like, you need to endure all this crashing naira, all this rising cost of this. Petrol is about to be 1,100 naira. Are you aware? A dollar is now over 1,860 naira. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning and go to bed tomorrow evening, dollars to naira may have crossed 2,000 naira in your lifetime. But they are telling you, it go up first, then it go come back later. Tinubu is laying foundation. Foundation in what? 3 months ago, around October, Tinubu told you that is a criminal kleptomaniac government, legitimate government, that they were going to give money to 75 manufacturing companies in Nigeria, manufacturing industries in Nigeria. 3 months ago, Baba, how many industries have they given the money to? What about your electricity? I'm just giving you the preamble now. You see? So they are trying to tell you that don't let anybody try to, because anybody that is coming for Tinubu, that person is coming for Yoruba, as a Yoruba, you must not let anybody. So some of you mumuns, voluntary slaves, you are throwing away your omoluabi. They are telling you to embrace hunger. Manage your hunger. If we can manage our hunger. So manage your hunger while you are watching them frittering away your... Now listen to this. Listen to this. Whatever it is that you are going through in Nigeria right now, ladies and gentlemen, again, you are to be reminded it is a child's play. A plate of rice is now 700 naira in local restaurants. 6,000 naira if you go to the hotel. But if you go to prison, at least you are guaranteed 2 square meals a day. So according to this text, I don't have to advise you. The choice is yours. Let's start with that. Those of you who were looking for our tears, especially those of you who were looking for Maiyegun's tears, now suddenly, you are angry with me because your tears are all drowning me now. If no be say as I be swim, I for don't choke on top your tears. Just 10 months. See. You now want to blackmail me by asking me stupid questions. See. When you spend the last 1 year, last 2 years, telling me how God will put me to shame. And you reminded me when Kolu illegitimately forced himself on you, that God has not shamed you now, Maiyegun. thiefnubu will be sworn in. Then on the 29th of May, a lot of you went about to use your last change to, buy data on your phones, just to come and tell me that whether I like it or not, thiefnubu is now your president, and he will spend 8 years. You, Maiyegun, yeni emi o, emi, wọ́n sì ní èmi o, èmi yóò sì sunkún tears o for 8 years o. Ìmúbárẹ́rìn músẹ́ Olúwa mi, ó yá bá mi gbé ọ̀gbàrá ẹkún sí wọn láyà. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. I sat here, jeje, warning them. When they finally put the sheke around themselves, they went to go and buy data to come and remind me on my own platform here 10 months ago that I will cry because there's nothing I can do. thiefnubu will be their president for 8 years. So I will have to have tears for 8 years. I can't, that means I just gave this evil smile. And I turned left like that. And I only just said, well, if they want to see my tears when I'm trying to prevent them from this calamity, therefore, therefore, it won't be a bad idea if I begin to see flood of tears from these ignoramuses. Today, we are all drowning in their tears. Now that we are reminding them that, which is what I do all the time, I said, listen, even though you know too they work, but just as as a stress management, I will recommend that when you wake up every morning, and then before you do your morning prayer, that first speech that come out of your mouth, if you want to undo thiefnubu's depressed Nigeria and you don't want to be depressed, okay, just wake up. First thing that you say in the morning is whatever cost that comes to your mouth, just release them on the head of thiefnubu, his entire family, his entire government, and his entire illegitimate what have you. Then all of the supporters of thiefnubu, any cause, to the work, but just say it. Then after that, thank God say you don't wake up. So when you finish, you'll be like, thank God that I'm finally up. So, Baba God, thank you for waking me up today. Today is, like all you do your prayer, then do that and go. I recommend this. Very, very important. Top of the shelf. Do you understand? So nobody should then turn around and say, are you happy that people are hungry? Are you now trying? Is it because you are living in diaspora? Olori Burúkú did not know that I am living in diaspora. Ashiri did not know that I can afford as many bags of rice as I want. You Olori Burúkú Akoshiberos did not know that my family can always be very well, even if they have to change your naira. I mean, if they have to change a pound sterling for 10,000 naira. You did not remember that, Abi? So you did not know that I live in diaspora and my own children can go to any school I want them to go to because I can afford it. Yet I was telling you what these guys will do to you, what they will do to your businesses. You called me Omo Ali because of thiefnubu. We don't know him, Papa. We don't know him, Mama. You call me Omo Ali for him. Now you are now turning around and saying, is it because you are abroad? Is he? Can't we just all come together and pray for Nigeria? On Facebook this morning. So they said that thiefnubu's illegitimate government, they are angry that people are leaking state secrets. People are not leaking information. How all of them they fund terrorism? They are leaking information on how they are stealing your money, how they are raising memo to steal billions and trillions of naira. Now they are now raised that memo. The funniest thing, the memo, the secret memo that they issue to civil servants to warn them from releasing government secret memos, got leaked. It be like say somebody they warn you, say, I am writing you, princess, I am writing you this message to stop exposing our secret memo like this one. This is your last warning. And the warning, which means this is for your own, this is for I only. Confidential. It don't enter public. One weary now came there. Àwọn olórí burúkú tó máa ń béèrè question òfò. All the questions like, hey, are you now happy that Ogun fẹ́ pa ẹ́ dànù ni? Question òfò ló ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi. Mo ń rí àti tó nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ń béèrè orí burúkú question lọ́wọ́ mi. You see, what if Kilo came out? What if? So one guy now came and said, one Lori Bruku like that came and said, is this how they leak government memo in the country that you live? I don't know where that guy came from. The country where I live, they know they raise secret memo to steal billions of pounds. Abi that they raise secret memo to steal money in country where you they live, except in Nigeria. Somebody is not happy that they are. This memo about how Beta Edu, how this guy Olubunmi Ojo, how a lot of them have been like, you get moving money, billions, millions. They want to discuss minimum wage in Nigeria, which is 30,000 naira. Okay. They now set up committee that will discuss how much is adequate to pay the workers in Nigeria in this hard economy. Now that committee, they now secretly, they gave them 1 billion naira. About 1 billion, 37 people made them share them so that they can now decide what millions of workers in Nigeria should be paid every month in this economy. If it is not because of some people within them who released the memo, how you go take no? The Beta Edu said to pay the poor people affected by subsidy removal, she raised the memo, 3.2 billion naira. The memo went to Gbajabi Amule. Gbajabi Amule signed it, passed it on to thiefnubu. thiefnubu signed it. They returned it back to Gbajabi Amule. Gbajabi Amule signed it, send it to the accountant general office. They release the 3.2 billion. Guess who were paid the money? Bajabia Mule, Olubumi Ojo, and that is SPV, SPV company. And then another woman, they paid into private account of people. Money they said, and guess what is the money for? To consult and investigate the poor people register to determine who should be given 5,000 naira in this economy. So people that will go and investigate the register used by Buhari, they collected 3.2 billion. They were consultants. People that they want to go and help and give money to, they are still waiting for subsidy palliative. If it is not because of memo, how would we know that? Beta Edu said, for people of Ekiti, their money go into Rebecca's bank account. Beta Edu couldn't wait for money to come. She wrote a memo. 580 million naira memo to the accountant general office to give it to send the money to private account of somebody for poor people of Ekiti. And we all remember, as bad as 2023 charade was, now only Ekiti people voted on credit. You don't hear that one before. They will tell you, say, vote for us, we'll go pay you later. We are waiting for money. Once we receive money, we'll pay you later. Ekiti people, 582 million or 86 million money to consult who they should give money to in Ekiti. That was what busted Beta Edu, if not because of all these leaks. Yesterday, they sent EFCC with guns. They said they wanted to go and rescue Naira at the Burundi change in Abuja. I can't show you the video. They were shooting guns. People were like, okay, she won't kidnap Naira. Was Naira kidnapped? Bo. They were trying to rescue Naira. Today, officially, this is from the Central Bank of Nigeria that has no dollar. Naira to dollar is 1,802 naira. Officially, go on to Binance now. Binance, they call it. Those of you who use those apps for your trade and you have accounts there, right? Go and do buy and sell of dollars there now and check the rates. Nigeria tea lano. I'll drink tea. Don't go anywhere.
Wait up, me.
Now, going forward, ladies and gentlemen, do not ask me what is the solution, okay? Because I also know some of you who are very, very used to kind of pushing that too, okay? And we all know all of these things. What is now the solution? Maybe a solution center. All right? So if you want solution, you must first confess that you indeed understand the mess you are in. If you don't understand the mess you are in, and you're asking for solution, you're already like to get angry. Really angry. Are you even angry? Or you are just hungry? Just hungry. You know what somebody told? Well, I actually said it too. I said, from my own psychological observation of this whole thing going on presently, I kind of think that a lot of these guys are just hungry, Neo. It's like we are yet to see those who are hungry and angry. And then they are angry because they actually want good governance. They do not want handout. They don't want handout. Give us food. Bring food. They want good governance. But the ones I'm seeing shouting a B here and there, psychologically, Mimimo is telling me that if you give them food, they will begin to praise thiefnubu. Okay? Just give them food. Right now, the problem is food. Even a pregnant woman. Baba, see if I can show you that too, because I'm kind of trying to put it beside. But must start with this man. This one, they ask for asylum. The situation don't choke.
Is it by mistake? They will tell Nigeria and or not people go for me one. Bogati, job at by body for any. Keep my daughter flat. Bogati, Yuri. Mobeki, hey, you read. Mobeki, you and you read. This is my passport. Timothy, travel to know. So therefore, wọ́n declare ara mi asylum ní Nàìjíríà here. Mobeki, ìjọba UN, wọ́n take me as asylum. Mo fẹ́ ṣe asylum ní ìlú yìí. Torí pé mi ò rí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ fún. Ebi ń pa gbogbo aráàlú ni. You turn this country to the beggar. Why? This is a mistake. Pé mo jẹ́ nationality Nigeria ni. So therefore, mo wá bẹ̀ ìjọba àgbáyé. Mo declare asylum in Nigeria. I don't want this country anymore. I don't want Nigeria anymore. Mo declare asylum. This is my 70 years old man.
You don't understand. Some of you are laughing. But it's also good that you are laughing because I am too. The situation has passed. Be careful. You know, when your situation is above tears, that you've had all the tears. About what else do you have? When you have no tears anymore. Nobody to laugh. And somehow that is also a little bit relief. I mean, sort of a, relieving for some of you too, because the tension too much, Abby. Well, that's a serious stuff, man. That man, it probably forgot that he was still at Mokola Ibadan. Probably he thought he was in Ghana. And he said, this is my travel document, this is my voter's card. I declare myself asylum here. United Nations, AU, EU. I declare myself here. Baba na Mokola you day. You are still in Nigeria. So when you hear Yoruba Nation, you will shout now, very soon. Shebi, you are mocking Yoruba Nation advocates, Abi. Yoruba Nation. You will pronounce it very correctly very soon. If it's the asylum, if that's where all of us they go seek asylum. You get me? Pregnant woman, for goodness sake. He has scared me today. I can't, two people in the same place.
Please, we are calling on the people of good Nigerians to assist this pregnant woman. I will collect her number and her account details when she's fully resuscitated. We just bought her Sprite to know if she can be okay, then buy food for her. This is Classic Maiyegun reporting from Trade Fair Complex, Lagos State. Sorry, she's not even talking. It is well.
Lásìkò tí ìṣòro bá dé o, ìwọ lálábẹ́nu àṣà sí o bàbá. Lásìkò tí ìdààmú bá dé, máa gbọ́ná ẹ̀gbọ́n jábúrò kulẹ̀. Lásìkò tí ìṣòro bá dé sẹ́, ìwọ lálábẹ́nu àṣà sí o bàbá.
Do you see that? A pregnant woman. I could only put that two together. I couldn't give you more. You know what I mean? Like this one is like mixed feelings. Right there, you'll be like, should I laugh or should I cry? And that is real life from Nigeria. Are you with me? And that is why some are now saying that the situation, because you see, there is an increase in burglary now. Burglary and theft. I saw a video of a woman's kiosk in Edo State in Benin. And God knows, right? They dug under that container shop. They dug under it. They broke the concrete floor. And when they got into a shop, they packed all they could pack and they sat there. They ate bread, drank a juice. Minerals, soft drinks, right? They got at soft drinks and all of that, and they left. People are walking into people's compound to come and steal ordinary clothes or anything they can steal. The situation has gotten that bad that some are now saying, if you go steal, they go catch you. And before they know, say now hunger, they worry you, that they come go kill you. Is it not better to just find somewhere and faint Here you get. Normal, Sha. There is this public advice to everybody who might want to consider that idea under this thiefnubu. Okay? So I advise you not to go into crime. There are other advantages and disadvantages. Did you see that woman, the first one in the video? She fell down in a mall where they got her Sprite. The second man fell down on the road next to a food vendor. They brought him rice and juice. Even when he saw the food, he no get strength to chop him. Did you see the way he was looking like, so I am still here. Something like he's surprised, like, I'm still here. I thought that was it. God knows when last he had meal. Do you understand that, right? So if you have to go out there and faint, make sure you do that in a mall where there will be a lot of people. Okay? And then, or restaurants. Don't go to expensive restaurants too. Food canteen. But somehow people believe that I am casting it right now. But anyway, may your situation not get to that. Okay? But that yours is not getting to that or hasn't gotten to that doesn't mean that every day people are not falling into this. But ladies and gentlemen, do not make a mistake. Okay? To go and faint where they will tell everybody to go and buy pick-meat for you. Nobody go buy you pick-meat. Oh. From what I hear, they said milk olopeti di naira 700 naira. Bo ba daku pere. Like tobacco lo sopo lo fi mo daku shere in wrong place. Ni okete pupa yi. They go bury you. You get what I mean? You understand? That's just on the side. And in the south, apart from people, I think people are scared to actually really go out there and do something to get themselves out of the mess, right? In the north, and they saw Dangote trailer. This is a business of somebody now. I don't know if that person probably have insurance. That you see Dangote trailer loaded with cement doesn't mean that Dangote get the cement, yo. That you see trailer, they write Dangote on it, and it is loaded with bag of rice. That doesn't mean say na Dangote get the bag of rice, yo. A supplier, an hustler like you, maybe not like you, Sha, an hustler who is running his or her business, they are those who are ferrying those content of those trailers. So even the trailers that are being driven, no be Dangote get all of them. Oh, some are putting Dangote on it for the sake of, you know what I mean, now Nigeria safety. If you see Dangote, maybe the bribe from Dangote truck driver is different from the bribe the police charge non-Dangote trucks. You know, the quota system arranged, right? So in I think it's somewhere in Niger, so right? Immediately they saw Dangote truck. Kojuma ribi Ugbara logun loba hijack here. Onga ò ṣe nǹkan téèyàn fi ń ṣeré bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹni tí bí bá ti parí. Ebi tó pa bọ́, ebi pa born again ni, ó lè mú born again ni kó ṣẹ́kù. North lélẹ́yìí o, they were stealing bag of rice from Dangote truck.
Kun ga yadda ake ta kwasan kayan na ake ta kokowa maza da mata. Ga hinan kowa gudu yake da kaya yadda yake so, kan gani? Kun ga yadda abun yake? Kun gani? Kun gani? Kun ga yadda abun yake ta tafiya ko? Maza da mata kowa ɗiba yake sallan shi ana guje-guje. Kun gani? To ba ka da daman ka ce za ka tara ma ne. yan sandan masu rasa yadda za su yi da su wallahi a gani saboda haka dai abin da ya samu kawai shi kenan al'amarin nan sai dai mai fatan alkhairi kawai Allah dai rufa mana asiri a yi nan kaya abin da aka samu a gani ina dauka wallahi
I thought it was just me. I was waiting to hear Aram, 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 Aram. Damboroba, Aram, Damboroba, Aram, Damboroba, Bina, Damboroba, Aram. But there is nowhere in that clip that I heard Aram. Because if I say Onga said no, they obey Sharia. And when the assaultant said at a point they may not be able to control their people anymore. But that trailer didn't break down, no. No, it didn't break down. They formed human shield, didn't it? Human roadblock. The woman, the driver, she mistakenly brake last somebody or more. All of this because thiefnubu told you subsidy was gone when he had no real plan to cushion the effect of that. No plan. All those people writing English in your WhatsApp, the ones all this nonsense that your parents are forwarding to you from WhatsApp, they say forward it to 10 people, forward it to they're good. Soon they forward some of them. You better talk to your parents. Not just talk to them. You better actually open up seriously. You better stop this nonsense, mommy or uncle. Because people like this, I want you to listen to this video. But before you watch this video, okay, is in Yoruba. So all of you who are not secret, closet, Agbadorian, because this is where you will now know if your neighbor that is pretending to be concerned about the situation in Nigeria, okay? And they have been forming peace corps on social media. And I know you are angry. I know everybody is upset. But let us all think they are not neutral. This is the stage you get to know if your neighbor, the person sitting next to you in this temple right now, consider yourselves, even though you are watching from your individual devices, devices rather, consider yourself as being in a single hall, okay? And then see the next person next to you right now as a neighbor. And I want you to begin to rehearse the type of cause and causes that you are going to type in your language. Don't type in English. Type in Yoruba too. Type in Igbo. Type in Tifi. Type in every other language you can. Because you know what this person is about? What this person is actually spreading. This person, who seems not to have regretted anything at all in whatever role she played in bringing this hunger, poverty, destruction, and death upon you, especially those of you who have already become victims. Whatever role she played, she has no regrets. And people like her, wherever you see them, if you see them physically, wherever you see them online, send them private messages, like correct. You get that? So this person is probably, she should be around maybe 55, or I don't know if she'll be up to 60. She is practically trying to gaslight the Yorubas amidst all these economic ruins. There is no special shop or special place that Yorubas are getting anything for less. Not even anything to say, oh, there is some palliative special one they are giving to Yorubas. Nothing. But people like this are in the business of making you feel like anything that comes towards thiefnubu is against Yoruba. Now, while you are putting together all those courses, you are going to begin to ask her, for those of you who understand Yoruba, you'll be asking her that what exactly would the Yorubas say Tinubu has contributed to the Yoruba land at least in the last 24 years? You see that card of they brought democracy, they fought for democracy. And Olori Buruku that said that to you. Now let's listen to it before we go forward. Or further rather.
Ẹ kú ojúmọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi. Ẹ gbà mí láyè kí n ṣe fídíò yìí ní èdè Yorùbá torí pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá gangan àwọn ni wọ́n ní. Ẹ̀yin ni mo fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé ẹ máa rò pé àṣejù wa ó ń pọ̀ jù báyìí? Ebi ń pa wá o, 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 ebi ń pa wá o. Ẹ jẹ́ àdẹ́dẹ́dẹ́ mìíràn o. Ègùn ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Tí ẹ bá wò dáadáa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yìí, àkọ́kọ́ tí ọmọ Yorùbá tó máa ní olórí nìyẹn, rántí ohun ọ̀jẹ́ káwọ́lọ́wọ́ ò débẹ̀ o. MK Abiola ṣe ó ṣe tì. Ẹnìkan ṣoṣo tí à ń wò tá à ń pé bóyá Yorùbá ni, tí wọ́n ní bóyá Yorùbá ni òun l'Ọbásanjọ́. Ṣẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí pé tiwọn ó tún ní bá nínú nítorí pé ológun ni. Àwọn ológun yẹn kẹ̀dẹ̀ ní wọ́n máa ń bára wọn ṣe papọ̀ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Kí lè ránṣẹ́ sí? Ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n mú ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu yín kí wọ́n sọ pé ẹ̀yin gangan tí ẹ ní olórí, ẹ̀yin lẹ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ níbẹ̀. Ẹ ti mọ̀ wà tí àwa Yorùbá máa ń wù. Wọ́n fẹ́ràn ara wọn dénú, ẹ̀tanú, kèéta, àrán kan, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Ara ẹni tó ń lọ sókè kẹ́ lẹ́yìn lẹ́yìn fẹ́ gbé wálẹ̀. Àwọn ìwà tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó tó wà láàrin wa nìyẹn tá àti ẹ̀ tí ìmójútó ẹ̀ tá àmọ́ bá a ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ àdẹ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú dáadáa o ọmọ Yorùbá o. Kí Tinubu kó tó débẹ̀ òun ni gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe, mo wo fídíò kan, àwọn kan ní kí wọ́n wá wo àwọn ẹlẹ́ran ní apá ìpínlẹ̀ kan, ẹ wo gbogbo tébù kò sí èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹran lẹ́yìn ń tà. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ tí àwọn ẹlòmíì ń tà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó yẹ pé ẹkọ́nọ́mì wa ó ti gbé wọn kúrò nídìí ẹ̀. Ẹ wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn, àwa tá à ń ṣe export tó yẹ pé à ń fi oúnjẹ ilẹ̀ wa àfi ránṣẹ́ sí òkè òkun, ó ní agbára jù. Àwọn gangan ní àwọn tó ń ṣe export tó ń ṣe import, àwọn ní kíní ìbájú pẹ̀lú owó tó ń lọ sókè tó ń lọ sódò yìí. Sẹ́yìn tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ Yorùbá, ṣé ẹ ronú sabotage? Ẹ ronú débẹ̀ pé ó mà ṣe é ṣe pé àwọn èèyàn kan ló fẹ́ kí omi kó tẹ̀yìn wọ̀gbìn wa lẹ́nu. Ẹ jẹ́ a ní sùúrù náà. Gbogbo owó tó jẹ́ mẹ́ta tá a ti délé ayé yìí o, bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí olórí orílẹ̀-èdè kan, mi ò fẹ́ dárúkọ ni o, tí wọ́n bọ́ kakí sílẹ̀, tí wọ́n wà lórí ìjókòó lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ẹ mọ̀ tí wọ́n dánwò nílùú iná, ẹ mọ̀ ìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń fowó orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n ti fi ń ṣòfò. Olórí orílẹ̀-èdè kan nígbà tó kúrò ńbẹ̀, Àbújá, tó bá lọ sí Àbújá nígbà yẹn o lè rí hòtẹ́ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ sùn. Òun náà wá láti apá ibì kan, mi ò fẹ́ dárúkọ nítorí fídíò yìí fún ìran Yorùbá ni. Tó bá lọ sí Àbújá ò lè rí hòtẹ́ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ sùn. Àwọn ọmọ àdúgbò wọn, àwọn tá a dẹ̀ ń sọ yìí, àwọn lẹ̀yà tó kéré jù lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí, wọ́n á ti ra gbogbo hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì pa. Ẹlòmíì ò sanwó ọdún méjì ọdún mẹ́ta, wàá wọ́ọ̀kì síbẹ̀ kò ní ríbi tó fẹ́ sùn bẹ́ẹ̀. Ohun tí ò bá yé wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí Yorùbá, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa béèrè o. Ẹ wá wo gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń sọ sílẹ̀ yìí bí wọ́n ń fowó ṣòfò, wọn fowó ṣòfò. Ṣé tí Emefiele tẹ rí yìí tí kì í ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá, ṣé ìyẹn kò tó nǹkan fún wa ni? 2023 January ó láwa, ọdún tí ò dáa rárá tó burú jáì ni. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ owó nù, ọ̀pọ̀ tajà tí ò rówó gbà títí dì sí lórí tí ò nídìí tọkùnrin yẹn ṣe. Ẹ tún wá wò kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí o. Olórí orílẹ̀-èdè wọ́n dẹ̀ forge signature rẹ̀, wọ́n fi gbowó jáde. Ẹ̀ka gbogbo yẹn, ẹni tó bá kàwé láàrin wa, ẹni tó lè gbọ́ròyìn, ẹni tó lè kàwé, ẹ máa sọ fún àwọn tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó tá a jẹ́ Yorùbá wípé sùúrù la nídìí. Ẹ wá wo gbogbo òwò àbàjẹ́, gbogbo tó ti bàjẹ́ yẹn lọ́jọ́ tó pẹ́. Nígbà tó wá kọ̀dí sọ́dọ̀ tí wá ń sìn, àwa fẹ́ kí wọ́n parí kí ẹni tá a fi síbẹ̀ kó ṣe kíní yẹn láàrin oṣù mẹ́sàn-án. Kò ṣeé ṣe. Wàá kò ṣeé ṣe. Tí ará àta bá kórìíra wa, ẹ má jẹ́ kí àwa tá a wà nílé ká kórìíra. Mi ò fẹ́ kí fídíò yìí kó pọ̀ rárá. Màá tún sọ míì láìpẹ́. Yorùbá ẹ ronú o. Ẹ ṣé. Thank you. Bye.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
I know it was all blah, 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 right? And I'm glad that I finally got her name. Something Obanla or whatever, right? Is that her, right? She's a friend to Tinubu's daughter, Folashade Ojo, who is your Iyaloja General, right? And then her husband is the recent one just appointed as head of Federal Housing Authority. Did you see how she was like going from left to right, and trying to, she couldn't even like really convince anybody who is sensible as Yoruba, except for the fact that to blackmail you and say, you know, Yoruba, you know, these things are already spoiled before, and all of that. Don't let them say, since Yorubas don't want him, that is why he's losing. Did you subscribe that your life is going to be cut short just to have a Yoruba man as president of Nigeria? Did you subscribe to that? I don't think so. Listen to this guy.
We are tired of it. We have our vote for our president, Mr. Tinubu, but this is not his promise for us. We are tired of sovereign. Gari one, ewa one, gas one, everything it don't cost. We are tired of it. Even power now, we are easy for you. No more endurance of it, no more endurance. Okay, kí lẹ fẹ́ kó ṣe báyìí? Ó ti sú wa. Kí lẹ fẹ́ kí wọ́n? Tí agbára rẹ̀ ò bá ká kó resign. This is what Sunday Igboho is fighting for us.
Some people are just not happy because they are hungry. The angry people who want real, life. Those of you who are angry that you deserve good governance, right? Those of you that they can't blackmail because there is no market for Yoruba, there is no market for Igbo. They will blame Igbos. They've told you that it is the Igbos who are selling things expensive because they are the one bringing things. Oh, do you know that the Igbos are the ones controlling the financial sector of Nigeria? Now they will be reminding all of you the importance of Igbos, right? They are the ones who are, we suspect saboteur. That is why the shittyman, shittyman, boldly said, some people, they sabotage them. Obi and Atiku, you are suspect. We need to check all these opposition people. They are the ones who are making it hard for thiefnubu. I'm going to tell you more of something you should know. But here is the shittyman.
I want you, fellow Nigerians.
Glory Buruku man first sound like somebody who go school before he go anywhere. They go write quotable quotes for him. This one, Alexandra Baldwin. It was Thomas Sheffield who said in 1661 that a nation is a nation of people that they go write quotable. No, that most of it you will not understand what he's saying. I'm just saying it to you. Here you get. So the weary na terrorist you. Terrorist is a terrorist sympathizer. Let's be very clear about that one. Okay? Let's go back to him. You go here and I go blame somebody.
I want you, fellow Nigerians, to invest your trust in Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He means well for the nation. I have seen his soul. He has a clean heart. And we know the consequences of unveiling a masquerade. There were albatrosses round the Nigerian neck. The albatross of subsidies, where billions of naira or even trillions of naira were going into pockets of individuals. But we are on the path to redemption. Wherever Nigeria goes is worth repeating. That's where Africa goes. 1 out of every 4 black men is a Nigerian. And by 2050, Nigeria will be the 3rd most populous nation on earth. We are going to surpass the United States. 1 out of every 3 Nigerian, out of every 3 Africans will be a Nigerian. We have to make this country work. We have to move beyond politics. We are now in the phase of governance. Sadly, some of our countrymen are still in the political mode. They are the practitioners of violence advocating that they are Nigeria, our own country, our one and only Nigeria, should go the Venezuela way. Some are agitating that we should go the Lebanon way. But Nigeria is greater than any one of us here. Nigeria will.
Nuisance lele.
I told you. That is the person that will take over from Kolu when Kolu die. If he dies in that office now, okay? That's the guy. Finally. For those of you who are still hoping that Nigeria, maybe something can save Nigeria. Finally. See, Nigeria life don't spoil. Are you Nigeria to budget? And those are the guys behind it. Do you understand? Is working towards making, because your population is going to go to 250 million. I've been at 200 million. 250 million. So that, every 5 black, 4 of them is in Nigeria. Every 5 African, 3 of them is in Nigeria. We must make this country work. President Tinubu loved this country. Oh, President Tinubu won this country. I told you, don't listen to what they're saying. It is what they are doing. All right? I'll give you a quick one so that I don't go be like, say, myself, just they fire them and you be thinking, I don't take them personal. Yes, it is personal. Life of the people who have been affected, including the life of my own family people, family members in Nigeria, my loved ones in Nigeria. Yes, it is personal. But anyway, let me give you the back story. Tinubu removed the subsidy. That's what he announced to you. By then giving a free fall to what later happened to your country and your economy. They had no single plan, nothing at all as planned. It was just governance and inshallah. Here you get. Oh yeah, go say them. Oh yeah, we don't type your speech is ready. Oh yeah, go read them. Kind of. Okay. Then they brought in Cardoso. After Cardoso, they also brought what's that guy's name? Finance minister again. What's that guy's name? Wale. What's that guy's name? Wale what? Wale whatever. I know. Anyway, the one for your finance. I can't remember the name anyway, so I will remember later. They brought it too. All this about Bakus, all these ignoramuses, these crumbitas as lickers. They were waiting for Wale Oke. I think it's Wale Oke, right? And Cardoso. These are a great economist who helped Tinubu to build Lagos. 2 banks liquidated under Cardoso when he was the chairman of those banks. 2 banks died under him. Tinubu brought him back because, he has a job to do. Okay, and he's doing it right now to tank Nigeria and completely destroy Nigeria. The guy is now saying his job, Wale Edun, God bless you, Wale Edun. So the guy is now saying that his job is the most difficult job after Tinubu's job. Shera Wirela in Ishemiji. 2 jobless rogues, incompetent jobless rogues, Abi. He said his job is the most toughest now. They are blaming everything. If to say there were trees in Abuja, like a Mefiole time, they would have cut down trees as well and blame trees in Abuja. It is this Cardoso that announced the floating of Naira. They say, Baba, you don't go float Naira. Wait till you take float time. Paper boat too. Ma sink you. You understand now? You won't go float Naira now. Say, okay, we are floating Naira. You can't do that paper boat that we do. You know that one we do with hand, paper boat, Abi paper canoe, paper canoe. You can't put Naira on top them. You can't put them on top water. You can't rub your hand like, give me time. You say, hey, are you sure? You say, yeah, we are floating the Naira. Give it time. Where is the Naira? You say, if I say don't enter water, do you know where he enter water? We don't know. Hey, they can't look for Naira. That was why they sent EFCC after the Buhari change in Abuja yesterday. They had no plan for you. The oil marketers that they said they removed subsidy from. Do you even understand when they say something is removed and we're not paying for it anymore? It simply means that the price will never be the same. And the more people bring them in, according to what they told, they said the more people bring the product in, it will become cheaper. But yet you are telling people that they must not change the price from 610 Naira or 615 Naira per liter. Like, are you mad? You are government. You are not giving me money. Now you're going to tell me how much I should sell my stuff, right? Who does that? I mean, so who does that? Anyway, thiefnubu did that. And that was the way these thiefnubunomists are putting together the economy, that you are acting like it must be some people who are trying to make it hard. Nigeria has no single dollar in their vault anymore. No single dollar. Country, Nigeria country. Even me, I get dollar. I'll show you. Nigeria no get dollars anymore. Nearly 2 years ago now, okay, we did year one this naming in Glasgow. So people spray me money, but not dollars, okay? But we don't spend dollars in in the UK. In the Central Bank of Nigeria, there is no single $1. One buy it, Nibemo. Thiefnubu decided to use 12 billion naira crude oil, $12 billion crude oil, to borrow $3.3 billion. Where is that money? They've given them the money. They share the money with the state oil marketers, their friends. When Thiefnubu said he was removing subsidy, it was only replacing those who were stealing that money they were sharing, they call subsidy, to his own people. The moment the whole change of seat is completed, they started paying them the subsidy in dollar subsidy. They played you. Today, Nigeria has no single forex, and it is telling. You are now acting surprised. Maybe now some saboteurs, they are quoting this figure. How can a naira be 1,800 to real long? What is going on? Some people hate this country. Nobody hate the country more than Thiefnubu and APC. Egbe. Listen to this woman. She's one of them, right?
Normally, I don't pick my calls at night. But then I saw a message saying that Asiwaju wants to talk to you around 11 p.m. So I gave them a reply. I'm waiting. Immediately they saw my text, they called me back. And Asiwaju called me. He says, Hajia, I said, sir. He said, I respect your stance on not accepting the appointment. I said, yes, sir. Because I can't be a zombie. I just can't follow you because you said I should follow you. Let me know what you have for us up north. Because if I made a mistake on Buhari, with you, the truth is written on the horizon. So I have to know what you have for us. He said he's in London, that if I can, I should go over. He offered to buy me a ticket. I said, no, sir, I can afford a ticket. And then he said, can I get a hotel for you? I said, yes, that I will appreciate. I took the next Lufthansa to London. I saw him that same night, and we sat. And I said, sir, the reason why I'm not accepting your appointment is because I don't know what you have for us up north. Because in the north, every single person is either waiting to be killed or kidnapped. We can't go on like this. What is your blueprint for us? He told me that he doesn't have anything for us. I said, you mean, sir, you don't have a blueprint? He said, I can't have a blueprint because if I have a blueprint, I'll be stepping on too many toes and they might even kill me. This was what he said. I said, but sir, how can you rule without a blueprint? He said, I will only make a blueprint after winning the elections. I said, there will be a lot of distractions after winning the elections. You have to keep your eyes on the ball. He said, well, you know what? If you have anything you want me to put in my manifesto, then please bring it. I told him that I have an elders. We have a network for national salvation. I have our elder. I'll go meet him in Paris the next day. The next day, I left for Paris. I didn't get to see him, but we came back to London. We sat, and we already had a template. So he gave me something. We took something about the Almajiri, because the Almajiri is really a menace to us up north. They have been used as cannon fodder. And when you have able-bodied men that are doing nothing, in their millions, you will always get a problem. I told him about that. I wrote about that. I wrote about agriculture, I wrote about security, and so many other things. Till date, I have not been allowed to see Asuwaju, to even give it to him. Then I called one of his hangers-on, Ibrahim Masari. Ibrahim Masari, I called him, I said, look, I have this template. What happens? I need to see Asuwaju to give this to him. He said, well, sorry, I'm sorry, Hajia, you are late because the manifesto has already been completed. Nasir El-Rufai has given us what the North needs, and according to him, all the North needs is state police. I know Nasir is a very brilliant and patriotic person. There is no way that anyone can tell me that Nasir will do such a thing, Nasir El-Rufai. But in any case, I just said, I was still being patient. Then we started at the campaign council. We've never been invited for any meeting. We've never been invited for any rally. And I have transcended, going to show my face. I can't. We have an appointment with destiny. We have an appointment with prosperity. I can't be condescending. I tried to be patient. In fact, I wrote my letter of resignation over a month ago. But for somebody that I had I still have so much respect for, that I went to tell him that, look,
that was it. In case if you have forgotten, but the situation right now is not limited to those who subscribe to the ethnic, tribal politics and all these divisive rhetorics, right? Even the Afar, the Sharia Afars, threatening people, calling people infidels. Shigeti Bawono, you don't touch all of them. They don't speak in Tongo. I'll tell you what they are saying. The last one is even calling for the breakup of Nigeria. May we have like about 6 countries. So how many countries? This shege, they cannot handle it. This is now like, the middle one is calling that even if na infidel go save all of them right now, they don't mind again. Baba, go take me 1 year. Is God not a marvelous God?
Babu inyamurin da ya zaɓi Muslim in ka cire irin su Malam Ibrahim Ogu da shi da danginsa. Sauran sun zaɓa? Ta yaya kuke ɗiban kuɗin gwamnati kuna basu? Yaya kuɗin noma kun ƙi bamu? Yaya kuke yin wata siyasa ƙarya? Ku ba da 'yan kuɗi kaɗan a noma, ku ce 'yan arewa sun cinye kuɗi, ba gaskiya ba ne. To wani sai ce Yarabawa ne da Hausawa da Fulani, ko ba Hausawa a gwamnatin Muslim ba Fulani a gwamnatin Muslim ba bare-bari a gwamnatin Muslim. To Muslim na farko musulmi ne Bayarabi, Muslim na biyu musulmi ne Babarbari, ko ba haka ba ne? To za mu ce ba mu a cikin gwamnatin ne? To yaya aka yi mun ba mu gana mu rabon ba? Ya za dinga danna mana bashi na ƙarya, inyamurai da ba su yi gwamnatin ba su ɗebe kuɗi ba bincike su ba sai mu. Kai wannan bai yi ba. Ina malam yawwa na yi sa'a.
Duk abin da za ka mana 2027 tana zuwa. Inda muna da hankali kuma ba za a sayi wasu daga cikinmu ba. Me na lallashi? Kuma in Najeriya kuke so a raba, to wai menene ma a Najeriya da ba za a raba ta ba cikin salin alim? Ku raba mana ita, ba a kashe kowa ba, kowa ya tafi. Inyamurai su tafi su yi kasarsu, Yarbawa su tafi su yi kasarsu, mu zo mu yi daula Usmaniyan mu. Dan Allah, dan Annabi, yan arewa, ku je ku zaɓi manyan kudu, ku ce dan Allah a zo salin alin ana shan shayi a raba ƙasa. Mun gaji. Ku kyale mu, ba talauci ba, kyale mu da talaucin mu. Taman a ciki miki. ku kyale mu zo mu ga in an raba kasar yanzu mu ga wani wanda zai zo a nan gun kuma mun san shi ya san iyayensa da garin su ya zo ya ce mana zai ci gaba da wannan wannan hawan kawarar ya ga yadda ake ya ga kuma yanda zamu yi wai har a rinka ana mana barazana wai mu ci makwance tsoro muke a raba kasar dan Allah a raba kasar gobe a raba kasar sai me arewa Allah ya mana arziki muna da kasar noma muna da ma'adanai muna da dimbin jama'a muna da kasuwanni muna da alaka daga nan gun arzikin mu gabaki ɗaya fa bari in faɗa muku kafin zuwan turawa daga gabas ne daga arewa
wai misa ba a raba ƙasa ga don Allah a ba kowa tashi in yamurai a ba wacan su yi biyafara yarbawa a ba su yi oduduwa republic mu ko in Najeriya in su canza mata suna muka yi shikenan maganin ƙeya rabuwa ni ban san taurin kan da ke ɗiban mutanen mu ka arab in ba a raba ƙasar shi mai umarnin zama da su mutum ne ya riga ya rena ka bai son ko ni kai bai gani nai duk kokarin da kai mai bai gani don Allah mai umarnin zama da wannan ɗan iska don haka Allah don rahamaka ka kawo kaddara ta sa an karaba Najeriya kuma a raba ta uku ba biyu ba a raba ta uku ya raba a ba su tasu in yamurai a ba tasu muku ba tsaya ga tamu da shi ke nan ba amma ku zo kuna ta mai Allah shi ɗebe mai albarka man mi
alhamdulillah 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 rabbil alamin alhamdulillah rabbil alhamdulillah 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 rabbil alamin alhamdulillah rabbil
alamin alhamdulillah 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 rabbil alamin thiefnubu. You know what somebody told me about APC when we started the early research about what APC Egbekegbe truly mean? Baba, a lot of us found out that APC Egbekegbe, they were the only group of criminals who succeeded in duping Christians, duping Muslims, duping educated people, duping the illiterates, duping the North, duping the South, duping the young, and duping the old. They duped the witches. They duped the wizards. Even Olosho, the witch Olosho, they do promo because of APC, Egbekegbe in the early 2015. And I can't see a witch. They tell me, say, now God go judge APC. I say, excuse me, have you repented? Or you know be witch again? See, this issue is beyond somebody being a witch. This is not an issue of being a witch. I know that my God will judge APC. I said, really? So then dupe you too. You believed in them. We thought they meant well. Even in the coven, we saw that APC was going to be good. And we thought, okay, yes. I said, well, use your power now. I said, which power? A person will chop, go fit to incantation. APC duped all of them. Come make a lot of supposed intelligent and educated people become so foolish that it is becoming like, it is not just embarrassing now. Otiwa, the mental problems. APC alone. You see all those people where they speak in tongue. You hear Nyamiri, Oduduwa, Nyamiri, Yarewa, Anama Queen Lastini. A fun time. I have told you this many times. The breakup of Nigeria is not going to be because I want it or you don't want it. It is because of these criminals. The consequences of their actions will make it happen. Here you get. The one in the middle is already threatening thiefnubu against 2027. And it was like, even if na Nyamiri, even if na infidel, this problem is too much. They cannot even understand it. When they corner Adeboye, you know, Adeboye don't get mental problem too, Abi. It's not, see, listen, some of you, they've seen some of the, it's only that he's now in danger to himself and he's a danger to the world. Adeboye is pretty much like a danger to the world now. what he says now can cause a lot. And he's no longer in charge of his mental what have you anymore. And I'm saying this because I have seen older people who have lost their minds. But in Nigeria, they go say, in they talk to God. They go say, in they hear from God. And they should do. But why me? Are you not the one who started the protest against Goodluck Egbere Jolantan to provide security over Shibok and all that? How come you know if you're talking and you're like telling us that now evil spirit have been something they cause Nigeria, a spiritual problem, they cause Nigeria problem. You the mad, Baba? Say, listen. Did I ever tell anybody here to vote for anybody? He said, no. And that moment, I just felt sorry for the old man. And I'm not sorry.
I need to get this clear once and for all. My assignment is to pray for you, pray for nations, including Nigeria. My assignment has nothing to do with partisan politics. Don't distract my attention. You will bear me out, those of you who are genuine members of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. I have never told you this is the fellow you should vote for. Have I ever said that one? Whether in secret or in open? Never. I have never said this is the party you should belong to. I've never said it. I will never say it. And you know why? Because in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, every party is heavily represented. Everyone. APC, PDP, APGA, Labour Party, and some parties you don't even know their names. The only reason I've never voted is that if I vote for anyone, I would be unjust to the rest of my children. I am the father of all.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Ogbeni Adeboye lorúkọ ẹ̀. Ó ti yẹ sìn. The name of my father is Kehinde Badero. So you know your children and all of that. You see those bobo and those nonsense and all that, right? They do work, yo. But for those of us who know Redeemed Church, we know that it is the prayer wing of APC. Egbekegbe Abadeboye monkey ni. No be Adeboye started political wing, believing that Pastor Ruga was going to become APC, Egbekegbe's candidate. Talon monkey, talon bobo. So if you are a member of RCCG and you become angry, it is intentional. I want to make you angry. Because if I say this and you get angry, why? We know the role this guy played. And to those of us who actually know them very closely, we know the roles they were planning to play if to stay Pastor Ruga become their. We know the role they play under Buhari's government because of Pastor Ruga. We know the role that guy played. So if you want to get emotional with me, you better start. And the ridiculous one that some of you are still not, I don't know, like once in a while I do see some of you Ashiris coming around to tell me to be careful and watch my mouth of what I say about men of God. Are you not tired? For years now, some of you Luri Brukus, because of how I address your pastorpreneurs, all of your men of dogs that you called pastors, pastorpreneurs in Nigeria. Do you know how many times you have actually wished evil on me? Because of this, your Olori Buruku pastors, Adeboye and Co. Does that not put to question that your useless faith that you said you have in that Nigeria? I'm a Christian. But you are worried for me because Adeboye's God is going to, what? is going to blind me. Oh, he's going to make me deaf and dumb. Oh, he's going to give me stroke. Oh, Adeboye's God may just make me die. For years, you are waiting there, Abi, so that you can use me as a testimony inside Adeboye church, Abi. What does that kind of tell you about your religion? About that your religion, that your Nigeria Christianity there? What does that tell you? Do you never ever feel like, man, it's not in my place to wish this guy evil or feel sorry for him? The moment you begin to feel sorry for me because I talk about Adeboye or any of you Ashiri pastors, Bajue, criminal 419s, every time I talk about them, you just suddenly feel bad. Something evil is going to happen to me. Before anything happened to me, you go first finish your Adeboye, finish all this, your criminal. In fact, una go use your hand, finish them very soon. Before that, you are thinking, happened to me. Shay, you know the tyranny. It's been years now. And the same place where you are holding that useless belief, you are living in that hell. For those of you who are still alive, okay? Does that tell you anything? No? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know you will still advise me. You are sharing, you will still advise me. Even if I curse you from today till tomorrow, you are still going to drop that useless comment. I'm just advising you. Can you just at least advise on yourself to get yourselves out of the shit hole that you are trying to normalize? Can you at least do that? People say when the poor have nothing to eat, they go soon they eat the rich. Do you understand? But in Nigeria, while we are waiting for the poor to eat the rich, lions in the zoo, even though, like I said, zoo is zoo, but I think Nnamdi Kanu that called Nigeria zoo, and some of us felt like he's being generous and kind. Zoo is organized. I think he's referring to the zoos in Nigeria that is pretty much like, hello, she mistake you. I want lion being they look for job, You can't go to work in the zoo in Nigeria. And you got to tell your family, say, now you they feed the animals. And it's a job. And you are looking at the animals that are completely underfed. And they are looking like every time you are feeding them, some of them are not even looking at the food. They are looking at you. That's what happened in Nigeria Zoo, where a zookeeper became the dinner for an hungry lion. It's not a good story, okay? But this is how they said it happened.
Well, it was a very sad occurrence this afternoon today at Obafemi Awolowo University, Mayfair, where the university lost a dedicated staff to lion attack. We never thought that somebody could die like that in the line of duty. Mr. Bode Olawiyi, a veterinary technologist of more than 2 decades of experience, had been in charge of our university zoological garden for more than a decade now. And I must say loud and clear that Bode has been taking care of these lions even since the time they were born. And I must say this, that they were actually born into his hands. So, and he's been tendering them for the past 9 years. And he went there this afternoon to feed them as usual. We never knew what came over the male lion that he had to attack Mr. Olawiyi that way. The medical team of the university had to be there, led by the chief, our own acting director of the Medical and Health Center of the university. The other members of staff tried everything they could to rescue Mr. Olawiyi from the grip of this white cat. But their power could not withstand the aggression of the male lion. So they had to call on the university security apparatus, who came with their, weapons. And when they too could not do anything, within their human powers, so they had to euthanize the aggressive lion. The medical team got there, did everything they could, the first aid and other medical efforts to save Mr. Olawiyi. But the white cat had already inflicted severe fatalities on Mr. Bodiola. It's a pity we lost him in the line of duty. The Vice Chancellor is not happy about that because we had to rush to the scene of the incident for an on-the-spot assessment. The management has sent a delegation to the widow and the... I'm sorry,
It's okay, it's okay. But it's a thing for you, the thing for you, see. All these ones about... Anyway, Sha, you know, may God rest the soul of Mr. Bodiola. It's, you know, it's a job accident, you call it, unfortunately. But when you see the image of the killed animal, it was more or less like the animal was fighting for his life before hunger kill him. And, you know, could probably help himself, but it's unfortunate that both of them are no more today. So in case if you, by any means, you are looking at the situation in Nigeria and you think, why did not God just create you as a lion or create you as a dog, as a pet? Right now, you see, they tell dog now, dogs whether they feed with chicken, dogs that were eating dog food before APC happened. Now the owner, they tell the dog now, why are you not playing outside like other dogs? Go there and look for something, because right now, you know what I mean? So everybody is suffering it. God can't create you as a lion. Can't create you inside Nigeria zoo. Lion inside Nigeria zoo or animal inside Nigeria zoo. I don't think you would like that. If you have a chance of reviewing it as, you know, there's nothing that is not touched in that place now. And one of the characters or actors who participated in the genesis of all of this, Solomon Dalong, you remember him? I kind of like the way he started, but I didn't like the way he finished, okay? He worked for Buhari. Now, while he was working for Buhari, I don't want to disturb you with all he did, okay? But he was their, you know, sport minister. The guy said, yeah, we failed Nigerians. And if I am taken right now and they take me to the stake and they shot me at stake for what we did to Nigerians when we were in government with Buhari, I deserve it. That's it for me. But it's fake, it's lie, okay? But it's somebody like you can use that in the future and say, Mr. Dalong, you remember this video? This particular one? We are now taking the first line of your statements. Maybe you should listen.
Solomon Dalong had never claimed to be a saint. I have admitted severally. And even if it requires that I will be tied to the stake and shot for my role in Buhari's government, I deserve it. Because we failed Nigerians. I've said this several times and I've apologized several times. So trying to make issues out of that is inconsequential for now.
Okay.
We failed because those promises that constitute the mandate of Buhari's government, which I was part of it, was not achieved after 8 years. Despite the fact that it's one of the government in the history of Nigeria that Nigerians invested, including common people, to bring the government into power. So I am not trying to play saint. But all I am saying is that despite that, Buhari did not even survive my toxic mouth. I did not spare Buhari, even in government or out of government. About my failure that has been referred to in sports, to the best of my knowledge, I did my modest best, and I still have a tall and unchallenged achievement in that ministry. It's left for people to accept. My brother and friend, Daniel Bwala, who had decided to maybe consider whatever my opinions were as a hostile approach. I've apologized to him because he has referred to me as a that a multidimensional, to be multidimensionally incompetent. I am not laying claim to monopoly of knowledge, but all I am saying is that how could President Tinubu be surrounded by such Cambridge intellectuals, yet local women in Mina understood the dynamics of Nigerian politics more than them. I mean, these women, none of them was wearing anything more than 10,000, and they're not properly schooled. But they were able to mobilize people to protest, meaning the thesis of the protest was more superior to the intellectual prowess of the likes of Bola and Onanuga, because the women were saying that an empty stomach does not listen to a voice of gospel. And that is what I am saying, that the president should concentrate on tackling and not the blame game. Buhari tried in his modest way. What did he do differently? Buhari appreciated the dynamics of the Nigerian economy when he came in, because he appointed a very modest cabinet of 36 ministers. Each minister was approved only 2/8. Buhari did not change vehicle in the first 4 years of his tenure that I also served. Buhari cut his salary by 50%. Buhari also took measures that brought Nigeria out of recession within a year. Even though in the final analysis, he is a hero of wars, to be once celebrated for not being able to run the race to the end.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
They're just blabbing and all that. I told you I just needed the first statement, so that in the future, if the citizen arrest happens and Dalong is grabbed by you, and he's saying, forgive me, please let me go, and all of that, just play the first line of that video, which he admitted, and apply the justice that it deserves, including this man who is doing the human job, saying, do not blame thiefnubu, but Buhari. Might play that one for you too. Listen.
There is an unexpected message from the former military administrator Ibrahim Babangida, and he's saying that if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not careful, there'll be a military takeover. What's your take on that?
Esther, the chickens are coming home to roost. Did I not tell you that Tinubu is in hostage? He's being held in bondage.
Why would you say you keep saying he's in hostage, but did he not know most of these challenges when he said he wanted to be the president?
Wait, they laid a minefield for Tinubu. You can see all the local leaders who could not talk when Buhari was there. You can see how they are now breathing down on the neck of Tinubu. Unfortunately, his kinsmen cannot even rise up to the occasion.
A couple of his kinsmen are actually chastising him.
Who are who?
They're chastising him. They're complaining.
They cannot defend him. No. Because when Buhari was there, he was the one that created this problem for him. Everything that Tinubu is doing in office now was created by Buhari. Meanwhile, nobody has been able to call Buhari out. That is why I'm worried. I am so, in fact, I'm disappointed by local leaders telling us that it is not their Biku, this and that. Why did they carry that Biku when Buhari was there? Look at all the things Buhari did in office. Esther, don't look at, you can see that we have.
Abba, wait up me.
Anyway, My time is almost done, and I still have like about 3-4 stores to share with us. Okay, what happened is that to those who are asking the Igbos to stop saying they won't join the protest, that they should just, like, stop saying that, stop saying that it's not, we should not, it's going to make you a target. The Igbos are people are going to be, Baba, if you are Igbo, be bold enough to say you are not joining. Do not let anybody gaslight you, blackmail you, however you choose to react to what is happening in Nigeria right now. So for those who are like asking, what are the Igbos doing in this hardship? They are mostly traders, you know that, right? But this is what they have been doing and how they have been protesting against hardship in Nigeria on his man debt.
So these men called me that I should come and drink. Yeah. They are flexing. They said they love Tinubu's government, and they say no Igbo man should join any protest. Yes, sir. It's very bad time. Yes. If we want you before and you refuse to leave, good government, good for you guys. So this man continue. 70 years old man. You. Jesus is Lord.
There is a public announcement that you are supposed to be aware of now. And that is, apart from the fact that your petroleum price is going to jump up soon, I shared an image of that somebody uploaded when they bought, fuel in Enugu. And the Lagos Abobaku, the Were Oshogbu Alimajiri, jumped under it and said, this Maiyegun is posting nonsense. I still bought it for 620. Where did you see money to buy fuel? All these saboteurs on social media. You tell them, how can this spaghetti be 900 naira? You will see a shearing and never chop will jump there and say, I still bought it for 600 naira in my street this afternoon. We're in a fine barrel. But just because the impulse in them is telling them to go there and say it's a lie, it's a fake news. He jumped and he said, diesel in Nigeria is 1,100. Baba, say any of you wait here, don't buy diesel for 1,100 naira in the last 10 months in Nigeria. Any of you here? Anyway, somebody shall say, well, with the cost of, fuel going on to 800 naira, 1,100 naira, add them to electricity. Because according to this guy, from what we have, right, they say that the Nigerian Ministry of Power, they hold power money. All the federal parastatals, agencies, ministry, all of them, they hold NEPA. The Old Rock, Abuja, they hold NEPA. 47 billion naira. Ministry of Power alone is owing the power company in Nigeria 1.7 billion. Ministry of Power. And they are telling you that we'll soon have electricity. What if your subsidy on it? kawaya. Go comot wire. We do your house now. Because as it is, the shege I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. Here is a peculiar mess. Penkele Mercy, your minister of darkness. He has an announcement.
A lot of these things may not have come to the press, may not have come to the media. Oh, we have not seen what you are doing. I can tell you, we've been working tirelessly, 24/7, to serve you. So I'll let you know some of those things that we are doing. Like they say that the chicken sweats, but the feathers will not reveal it. We're working. Believe in us that we're working. Trust us that we are working for you and we will achieve results. So I'll let you have a copy of that. The issues with the electricity supply value chain, they are very, very simple issues, like I always say. But they are in multiples. There are very many of them. And if I start listing these issues, everybody here will tell me, this is the solution. If I say, okay, there's a shortage of gas supply, you say, pay for gas, let them give you gas. If I tell you there are no meters, what is there? Acquire meters and install it. If I say that, our power lines are weak, transmission lines, reconduct line, do a reconductoring of the lines. If I say, the poles are falling for distribution, buy new poles. I say, okay, collections is low for the discos. You tell us, I'll chase the debtors, get your collections. These are very simple issues, truly. But as simple as they are, why have we not solved these issues in the past 60 years? Which we all know that then something fundamental must be wrong. So there are multiple simple technical operational problems across all segments in the value chain, from the supply of gas to the thermal plants, to the operations of the turbines themselves, to evacuation of power generated, to transmission, that's long distance transport of power to load centers, to poor infrastructure for distribution, weak power lines, falling poles, inadequate meter, huge meter gap, tripping off of injection substations, feeders and all that. These are issues and they are multiple. But they are made complicated by lack of sustaining liquidity and infrastructural funding, as well as structural misalignment within the sector. That is the complications. Liquidity, funding of investment and infrastructure improvements, and lack of compliance with market rules in this sector. If we're able to solve these complications, I can tell you the other issues are too simple to resolve. Because electricity may look abstract to a lot of us, but it is not different from the normal economic goods and services that we consume on a daily basis. Because it involves just 3 segments in the value chain, which is production, in layman's language, transportation, and delivery. Production is the generation, which can come from hydropower plants as a source. It can come from thermal plants using gas. It can come from solar. It can come from wind. Any other biogas source. The transportation is what we refer to as transmission, which is transportation over a long distance from the power generating company's location to where the power is required, which is the load or demand center. That's transmission. Then the last segment is distribution. That is delivery. That is delivery into doorsteps of power consumers, which is households.
Aṣíwájú. Àkọ́bí aṣíwájú. Kò tó gbọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà, kò tó gbèsè rí. Kò tó gbèsè rí. Àkọ́bí ọ̀gá mi, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Àwọn aráàlú, wọ́n Wọ́n sunkún ìyà ìjẹ́wọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ aláìdè kò tún síná. Kò tún síná. Báwo ló ṣe wá jẹ́ aláìdè ẹgbẹ́ àwa ń ṣe sí? Ẹgbẹ́ àwa ń ṣe sí. Àwọn èèyàn bàjẹ́. Àríjẹ́nìdì ìmọ̀ àdàrú ẹ̀wá bí forí pamọ́ sí. Ẹ̀wá bí forí pamọ́ sí. Akọ́bí. 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 Báwo aráàlú sọ ẹ̀ má kọ̀ tí ikú. Ẹ má kọ̀ tí ikú. Aláàánú ni àkànbí aṣíwájú. Àkànbí aṣíwájú. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà à ń bínú. À ń bínú. Àwọn oníṣòwò ńlá yìí wọ́n ń bínú. Wọ́n ń bínú. Ẹ̀wọ̀n tó wọ̀ dọ́là dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Dàmọ́ wà lọ́wọ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ wọn jí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Ojúṣe wa jẹ́. Àkànbí Ádámì ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwa ń ṣe sí. Mo wá paráàlú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákànbí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ sùúrù fákànbí. Mo paráàlú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákànbí. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù fákànbí. Gbogbo tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí làkànbí mi máa tún ṣe.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
To put them all together in one. And I'm managing my time too, not to be out of it. This is why you also have to send some equity to that madman, K1 himself. I listen to his music a lot, okay? But you see that is politics, right? And what he's contributed to. If you don't remember, on the day of elections, that they are stopping the Igbos from participating in the election at Okota area of Lagos State. It was this madman, Kwam1, that led thugs that not only beat people up at Okota, they killed people just because they wanted thiefnubu to be the president. It's a flashback, oh. If you have forgotten, this happened.
The musician is here beating people. He wants to take pulling voting material into his presence.
You mean Kwam1?
Kwam1, yes. Ladia Jomole is there mobilizing criminals to attack Labour Party agents everywhere. And the policemen are there. They are even joining the army to attack Labour Party agents. Go to any police unit. You see police putting away pulling unit agents of Labour Party. I'm going on the INEC chairman to cancel this election. Because what is happening in Lagos has never happened in any election before.
You mean this thing was done to you by APC people?
Yes. They took my 24-karat gold watch and my bango. The musician is here beating people. He wants to take pulling voting.
Sorry, sir. They did that. So who is laughing now and who is crying now? I bet that man, wherever he is right now, is having a better life on his own because he's probably never expecting anything from the Emilocons, right? So whenever he sees somebody like K1 there, we just be like, we just laugh and say, so you did this, you did that because of this, right? Your minister of darkness, I'm gonna your minister of darkness, she's a lecturer, being a minister. Who is telling you about transmission? Transmission. You remember that time when we did transmission? And those are the people telling you that thiefnubu is working. We are working. The chicken is sweating. It is the feathers that is not letting you see it. And we are working for you. I mean, we are working, go. You all need to understand how this whole thing works. Jesus Bami. I mean, if I sit here, I can pretend to pretend I didn't see anything, but what I see, the pieces of information I have to put together and just pretty much arrive at an easy sort of a conclusion makes me worry for those of you who are indeed innocent, but you are not really saying what we are saying. Nigeria is done for. But before I take my break, right, I'll show you another clown. Solu and Solu Dombu. Say Bengbu. Something like that is what they called him in Anambra. The man that told them he would turn Anambra State to the Japan of Africa. It could be like the native Dibia from the Okija shrine. Soludumb. See fight between Soludumb and a contractor. You remember when I said a lot of you, if you see Nigerians and the way they carry title and certificates like that, I say, Mr. Ken Okoli. Excuse me, sir, Mr. Ken. Dr. Ken Okoli. So you knew that I'm a doctor and you did not put doctor. Do you think it's easier for you not to become a PhD holder? So you are calling me Mr. What an insolence. So you expect me to be answering your name? I mean, answering Mr. Okoli. Are you? I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, Doctor Okoli. Is Mr. Akin, please come here, Mr. Akin. Mr. Akin, we are calling you, sir. Sir, I say no. You have to call me Engineer Akin. Engineer. You have no respect. Do you know how many years I went to school to be an engineer, a civil engineer, a construction engineer? I only broke you know the I want to da Nigeria rule. All of you now engineer na special laborer you they do for Pakistani factories. I be what they call them, all those Indian factories. The system did not support to actually make you build something in a country that should be like a construction site. You will be seeing the Pakistanis, you'll be seeing the Chinese, you'll be seeing the Germans, the Julius Baja guys and all that. And you will see Nigerians who went to school to study building this, building that. They apply for a job to go and work for Julius Baja, to go and work for this. Because those are the people that help them to launder the stolen money from Nigeria through construction and all that. But what about the local engineers? All of them, where they fight for title. That's how you know that Nigeria is not for you. Do you understand? Engineers, we know they build anything. Nigerian engineers know they build shishi. But they love to build houses now. Yeah, they love houses. They say, architect. I'm architect. Or ask them to come and build real structures, road, bridges and all that. They will build them to Nigeria standard. You can go on the wonder. Where are those engineers that Nigeria is graduating every year? What are they building? That is why he's saying Begbo. I've been a Soludumbu. I has to say, 9 months. 9 months we have paid you. And we are still waiting for this road. 9 months.
You know, this road was supposed to, do you know, this entire project was supposed to be ended by June last year. Eight months afterwards. This is 8 months after this project was supposed to have, all the entire project was supposed to have ended. No, you don't have the capacity. You don't have the capacity to do the job. You are now, this project was supposed to last for 9 months. 9 months. And you were mobilized September 10. September 10 to February 10 this year. Yeah, from September 10 to June 10 was 9 months. So this project ought to have ended by June 10 last year. Now this is February 20th. This is the 9th month after it was supposed to have ended. So double the period when you are supposed to have delivered this period, this project. It's become very, very evident that your company is totally incompetent and irresponsible. Totally incompetent and irresponsible. After we paid you 50% mobilization, there's no place else in the country that pays 50% mobilization. Never other places that even pays 15% mobilization. We paid you 50% mobilization. 2022. And this project was supposed to be delivered June last year. 9 months after, you haven't delivered. You are still at 40-something%. Today and here, I terminate this contract. Here, today, this contract is over. We are going to calculate what you are going to refund back to the state government. You can move your things out here. From tomorrow, I'm looking for somebody else to start this project. So you can remove your stuff from here going forward. Okay?
And totals
of had the 9 roads heading up.
Especially going finish here by now. June last year, the map was finish here. Adiam Kamale to follow the Bego. Whoever knows the Equestrian since last year, even 9 months after Equestrian loss, you are following Beria. Yakambia Kita Abagomba, Pakapakolongo, Basina, Nambra, whenever. I got total deals of Galliano.
Oyibo man be like, okay, see, this is what we're gonna do when we get there. Okay, let's say the guy that showed up, right? The guy may not even have anything to do with the road. You understand now? That guy may not even be the contractor for the road. It may just be the guy who was in the government house, and they're like, Frank, when are you going back to Germany? And then we'll be like, I should be going back this Friday. You and I are going to go somewhere, okay? You're going to pose as the contractor doing a road, okay? That road was supposed to have been completed 9 months ago, all right? So when we get there, all right, for people not to see your face like they've seen you before, so you need to put on something like to cover that, okay? So now, John, when we get there, George, when we get to that place, I'm going to talk to you, okay? I'm going to talk to you like I am very upset, and my people are going to be listening to me in English, okay? So I'm going to tell you that I'm so disappointed. You are supposed to deliver this road 9 months ago. What the hell is this? I paid you 50%. So you have to pay me back the money. I am canceling this contract now. That's it. Final. Should I say something? No. Don't say anything. Just stay there like. I was like, okay, that's easy. That's very easy. Charles. I was like, okay, yeah. Then let's go, guys. And then you grab my phone, okay? You are going to make the recordings, okay? It's so important. Media, special advisor to the governor on media. Oh, yeah. Get in that car. Let's go. We are going to Obiopo Road to go and deceive the people there. That was a central bank governor in Nigeria, Charles Soludo, the original Soludumb. They used to call him Solution. Nearly 4 years in charge of Anambra State. Whoa. Africa Fiseno Kadake. I also have a lot to also still share. But I just empathize with my people in Lagos, Ogun State, Songo, and everywhere after the 1.5 hour downpour today. That suddenly, right, in this economy, now you have to deal with flooding again. Your homes, your cars, you're everywhere flooded. It can't be like say God is angry. In just one punish those people who brought in thiefnubu, then come punish all of you where they share houses or share places with them. That's not fair to say, right? So I want to empathize with you because this is what it was like earlier today after 1.5 hour rain in the mega city of Africa, Lagos. And Cameroon never opened their dam yet. Too. If Cameroon can't open the dam, I will learn. You understand? So I'll be praying for you, all of you, so that God can come and help us to fix those roads and all of that stuff. If not the sin, now if not the sin can't be the reason for all of this, it's enough. It's enough. Everybody will scream out and tell whatever you believe in that if not sin means stop but it's not your sins. Because when you continue to think it's because of sin, it's because it's not. That will make you begin to believe in imaginary something as the problems, imaginary spirit, the sin of your forefather, the sin of your great grandfather. Ironio, this one now your sin. Some of you now your sins. Some of you wanted this to happen. Now you are telling yourself you didn't plan for this. I don't know how many of you are already prepared for 800 naira per liter, 1,000 naira per liter, abi 1,100 naira per liter. Here you get. So when I saw this today, I was like, if you are an Agbadorian, for example, you get your Agbado card. Here you get. And before you go out, you look into the mirror. You will shout 3 times. Ebing Pawao, Ebing Pawao, Ebing Pawao. Open the cabinet, the medicine cabinet, if you have one in your bathroom there, right? Or next to your mirror. And take out your Shigementin. Use 2 tablets for that morning. After that, Baba, kwa pada wo igboro, kwa ma joko ma yo. Shige yin sheshe mura boni o. You see Kolu there? He is a man that told you that was just there to dance. What is about to hit you, especially in the next coming days? Omo, you only describe well. Now, we hear that those who are driving all those tankers, meanwhile, just this evening, right? So there's a report that the oil marketers are telling thiefnubu to give them subsidy on dollars to avoid increase in petroleum prices in the next coming days. So, thiefnubu met with Dangote and the cement producers, Abi. We don't know what he promised them or what he gave them. So they said they are going to reduce the price of cement to 7,000 naira. Aba lori ronio audio new because you know something, right? Except if you have become somebody who wanted to start believing what this guy said to you. Lori ronio. But some said they don't buy him 7,000 naira. I say, okay, that's good. Keep it up that way. But you would have to also deal with tanker drivers. The NURT, NARTO, NATO, they have directed all their drivers, all truck drivers, that the cost of running their businesses these days, the cost of diesel, the cost of petrol, and all of the logistics is killing them, and they are not getting any support from any sector. About Naeko, you deal with all of them. They deal with oil. How you go need anybody's help? Is that not where all the money is? Just factor your own money into it, and then sell the liter of petrol for 3,000 naira per liter. It's as simple as APC. I mean, there shouldn't be any threat against anyone like that. All these things, it's just a means to say, give us something, or else we no go work again. Or now they are going to stop. Nobody is going to. They will use that and tell you, oh, that is why there is scarcity now. Some drivers are on strike. Now, small like that. Now go wake up and you now go realize, say, it is 1,100, 1,200 naira per liter. $1 to naira will now be 2,500 naira to $1. Ikuti wa deni yen o. The way I, the way I just said it there, may just remain there. Because that thing where I just tell you now, even me where they talk who know that it will happen. Even myself, they fear. I they fear for you. If you are watching me from Nigeria, I they fear for you. That's why sometimes I can agree with you that Maiyegun, bury that thought too. We don't know what is in your tongue. Maiyegun, please, Maiyegun, don't wish us that. I'm not wishing you that. Do you not understand? This is not about wishes. thiefnubu is targeting $10 billion. This is not part of the budget, that the money they will borrow from the budget. Now, maybe they can find someone somewhere who is going to give them $10 billion. Who is going to give them $10 billion? Other than for them to be honest with you. The resources of Nigeria that they have shared to themselves, the source of forex and revenue for Nigeria that they have completely stolen and shared, they must hand off. But because they don't have any plan of handing off, Tinubu just sold that old Malibu oil deposit. We are talking about the OPL 245 fee, the deepest and the richest oil deposit in Nigeria. They call it oil block, OPL 245. Tinubu has awarded it to Ohando, sold, approved the sale of that, block to himself. So there is no chance that any money is coming from anywhere other than for them to keep saying and saying things. And they continue to turn the heat on. Baba, should by the time it's day level, man, don't lie you, Baba. Nearly pretend more. I'm serious, so. You see, they drive your car, Abi. Baba, God is good, Nabi. I want you to remember that. By the time you put that car on banjo, or you can no longer drive it, maybe Satan change your destiny. Nigeria that is catching up with everybody is catching up with you. Now you can pretend in public. I personally know that you can never pretend in private. I was going to take calls. Now I just kind of pour my mind for the rest of the broadcast. There's no point anymore. We've overshot my own time, and I'm using your own calling time. So I hope you kind of indulge me, Abi. Now let me tell you something. To those of you who somehow you can still hide your wound, or what I'm doing, you understand what that means, right? Those of you who can still, things are really, really tough, even for you, all right? But because of the shame that you are trying to hide away from, especially because of your role in all of this few months back, including those of you who pretended to be neutral. Because any too neutral. Don't let anybody tell you they're neutral. In 2023, nobody neutral. Even me, we be say I did here. The wish say, may your charade, may scatter. That was my own wish. I wasn't neutral that way, okay? I didn't want anybody to win among them. Here you get. I want the whole thing to turn to Wahala. And that was why I made sure that while they are doing everything from everywhere, ganging up and trying to shut down all these other voices, PDP, APC. So I kind of used my platform to help amplify and make some of my brethren to understand what the obedient are standing for. Because at the end of the day, I was hoping that when they cheat you, I go turn them to rough, we be say, this thiefnubu will never happen. That was my own bet. But I lost. At the end of the day, then tell all of una to calm down. And just like that, una calm down. Before you know it, everybody done they say, Maiyegun, please, hashtag eyes on the judiciary. I said, what's on here? That's the new hashtag eyes on the judiciary. Right before our very eyes, judiciary come out peg. Those peg, we will take peg rope when we want to mark the soccer field, right? Then come out one of those pegs, two of those pegs. But one thing, eyes on the judiciary. Eyes on the judiciary, yoro. People come to say, Ojumi. And that's when we put eyes on the judiciary. If the judiciary misbehave, we will squeeze them. Anyway, that's how I lost. But right now, I didn't lose per se. Sure, you understand? Because in the long run, right, it can't be like person will go steal poor man chicken. You can't steal a poor man's chicken. Don't you get it? A poor man's chicken is a valuable asset. If you steal a poor man's chicken, a poor man will never stop talking about what you have done. So even when you have enough money to buy other chicken, you will still not have rest. You will have no peace of mind until you give back that chicken to that poor man. That's exactly the way I saw and still see what happened in your charade 2023. Today, thiefnubu right now, they sleep with one eye closed. Every day, everybody, like, you know what I mean? Usually it is not like this. The moment they rig you out, you go queue and wait another time. You know, go they shout on anybody, say, sure, return waiting you still, return the mandate, Tinubu, return. You know, they know they do it like that. You go, just let go. But this one's no, they let go. Since then now, Tinubu no get peace of mind. It got to a stage whereby, everybody just believe that as long as disobedience exists, the only time thiefnubu or even the entire Nigeria go experience peace is for thiefnubu to disappear. May they just tell you, say, that they look for thiefnubu gone missing. They say that's the only way maybe thiefnubu can get peace. Even if he die, he no go still get peace for what he do in 2020, 2023. But nevertheless, right? Nevertheless, I want people to know something, okay? You see, the kind of shege that is hitting people right now, somehow, it is, and listen, I put something out today, I said, everything is tough now. Majority of those pretenders on social media that are telling you that Nigeria is still going to work, Nigeria is still going to be a great country, they have strong belief in thiefnubu. They know that it's skinny cooking. Some of them are selling their properties and relocating back for those who have properties. Some are selling their cars because they can no longer fund the cars. And person where they chop, they drive car. Do you understand? Now, if you want to know what I'm saying, now this is what I put on my Facebook today. I said, if you are in Nigeria and a Lagos Abobaku or anybody that is either openly or secretly supporting thiefnubu or APC, that if they come to you for help, for example, if they say they have not eaten, just to along what I'm about to say now, if you are the type, we go they tell me, we go they try to use political correctness on me. Maybe now this time me and you suppose part ways now. Maybe you stop watching me now. Here you get. You see, you cannot point at me and say, but that's, I mean, I don't like that. I'm not talking about what you like. I'm telling you how to deal with people who are about to destroy you if the chance presents itself just any time from now. When they come to you and you know that they are like a thiefnubu, say, ass leakers, ethnic bigots, you get that? You have been watching them and they come to you for help. What you would do is that if they have cars, tell them to go and bring the key to their cars, give them half bag of rice. It doesn't matter the car. If it's a very, very old car, give them a quarter bag. Tell them. I mean, everything is hard everywhere, Baba. If you want me to give you, if you want me to help you with food, go and bring the car of your Camry. I'll tell my wife to give you half bag. It's straight by barter these days. If they come to you and say they need food for their children and all of that stuff, tell them to go and bring their children. Give them the food directly. Don't take it out on their children. And I'm serious. I mean that, okay? If any of them come to you that close, tell them to go and bring the children. Don't give them food to go and give to the children. But if he says, let's do it, man, tell them, see, this life, it's not easy. Everything get consequences. John Turi along. Anybody that comes to you that asks for any money that is above 5, you see, any thiefnubu supporter, any Emilokon, whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Igbo, meanwhile, this advice is not for Igbos, because there's no point in me advising you to buy the houses and the land that these unfortunate souls, because it doesn't make any sense when they will now tell you to go back to Anambra, go back to Onitsha. So it's not advisable. So pretty much like for Yorubas, my fellow citizens, When you see any thiefnubu supporter that comes to you for any help that is above 500,000 naira, I am serious. So, yes, to demolish any house now, I think it's about 2-3 million. But if you call the area boys and you give them the sledgehammer, any of them that come, don't let anybody tell you that you are being mean. No? And I'm not saying you should go online and brag about it. Do it for the culture. Okay? Do not pity those who have no pity for you. Do not pity those who wanted you destroyed. They wanted you ruined so that they can gloat over you. They can laugh. They can brag and say, yes, we told you that we will teach you a lesson. All of now, where they do Father Christmas giveaway on social media, keep that money and start looking for some Facebook posts where somebody is posting their houses for sale. Some people are now relocating back to their villages, family houses. The Shege is sending majority of these people out of their usual comfort zones. Don't pity them. They do not wish you well. Would you me dada? Timobari anything? That can actually really physically deal with a lot of you, these abobakus, and that dealing will be documented. I will pay for it. But since I am not that vile, I can only advise people to be careful with what they do with their resources. Anybody will come to you from them. I'm not saying you shouldn't help them. If there are those who have nothing, tell them everybody is affected in this country. We are all facing it. And let them go their ways. But if you see any of them struggling enough that they want to sell maybe their couch, their fridge, and all of that, and well, don't ever give them money. Okay? Once they say they have TV to sell, tell them that they should go and give them a cup of gari, a cup of rice, and 2 cups of beans. You are being nice. You just don't know it. Don't share any pity with anyone, because you know something. All of these Olori Brukus shouting and here and there, majority of them who are like the Awolokons caucus, all they need to go back to their factory setting, the default setting, is to just give them food. And thiefnubu and gang, they know that routine. They will give them food. But it's going to be either once in a year or once in 3 years. You see all of these people you are seeing around today that are going to use their children as front. Some of them are going to use their children. I mean, I love children. I don't like seeing children you know what I mean? Like, you can press my mumu button by just letting me see a child in not so good conditions. You know, I'm like, it's going to stick to, it's going to stick with me like, oh God, damn. You know, that kind of thing. So if they bring their children to you, in any way, maybe you can then say, okay, or you can ignore, or I don't know. But do not let anybody deceive you this time around. You hold nobody any support. And you have the right, the right to scrutinize those you want to give your support to. This is the one I said I was going to share with you earlier. Meanwhile, you saw this on the screen, Abi. Now, one of the people where they wait for the renewed hope with that. So in London, some Nigerians came together to stage a protest in front of the BBC that are doing a yeoman job, whitewashing Buhari, saying that they forged Buhari's signature to steal $6.2 million. Whitewashing thiefnubu, the drug baron, a drug dealer, the druggie, a drug addict himself, right? So all this took some Nigerians in the UK to the BBC headquarters in the UK to remind them, one day, we will never forget your role in the history of emasculation as well as oppression of the indigenous people of that contraption called Nigeria. I'll show you.
Is because the common man has become the last hope of the common man. We went through every single step that was required of us, and we got to the end, and we were let down as a people. What we have as a leader is a John Doe. Nobody knows who he is. And what really has brought us to BBC is the fact that BBC knows this. BBC knows this is not true. We do not know who this man is. And yet BBC decided to write an article on the 11th of October purporting to claim that Bola Tinubu certificate was authenticated by Chicago State University. We know that is a lie. We know Bola Tinubu did not go to school. We know we do not have his educational records. We do not even have a record of his entire life. We don't know who his father is. We don't know who his mother is, his brother, his sister. We don't know where he comes from. And yet, the West have fawned over this man. With BBC actually writing an article to whitewash his personality, to whitewash his background. This is not right, because what you have done is to support bad governance in Nigeria by supporting somebody that is not qualified to be there. A person that is not qualified to have a job should not have it. It wouldn't happen here. So why would it happen in Nigeria? This is what we are standing against. That an organization like BBC is using its name, its brand, to spread falsehood. This is the impact. I'll tell you the impact. When BBC spreads this falsehood and bad governance persists in Nigeria, we start to have mass migration. Mass migration is one of BBC's favorite topics. Yes. Mass migration is one of BBC's favorite topics. The hypocrisy hurts me. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. The hypocrisy is palpable. But BBC writes lies to support bad governance. Yes. It is wrong how these people get away with this thing. We have to call them out. BBC is a hypocrite. Yes. Because BBC supports lies, and then it will write about the impact as if those people decided on their own to take to the seas, to take to the desert, to look for a better life. Yes. When you could have stood by the truth, you could have told the truth, BBC, and you still have a chance to tell the truth. Take down your article. It is a lie because you're supporting propaganda. Yep. You are supporting propaganda, and we're going to keep calling you out until you take that article down.
Yes, milady. Thank you so much. Well, we've had a very long night, a long evening, rather. Yeah, we've had a long evening. And I kind of feel like we should call it a night at this point. And I want to say thank you to every one of you. As usual, if you joined us midway, I would advise that you can possibly go back and rewatch from the start. All you have to do is just skip 5 minutes of it as well, right? So thank you so much, everyone. And I believe as well that tomorrow is another day. I wish you what you wish yourselves, especially if you are watching me from Nigeria. I have shared what I think I should share, like I do always, right? And then what you do with everything you have heard or seen on this platform is completely yours. So one thing you won't really do or say is to deny that you didn't know. Now you do know. So we'll leave on like that. Thank you so much for all of this. I will see you again. And until then, right? Remember, like the broadcast, share it. Don't leave without dropping that your offering, which is liking the broadcast. If you have done it already, don't do it again. And meet me here again next time, same time tomorrow. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ ọ́ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Maiyegun Diary Diary politico. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni.
mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ́lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.